and welcome to your short flow. We have a playlist for this. It's in the description. Click it now if you want to follow along with the music that we chose for you. There might be more than one playlist. Otherwise, feel free to go in silence or go in your own music. So what we want to do is have our feet to the front of the mat and towards the edges. So press into the big toes and all the way over to the pinky toes, and then ground down into the heels. And as you ground down into the heels, let the knees naturally open up a little bit. So what we want to prevent is the knees from going in. So if you have inside the legs are a little bit tight, it will naturally pull in. So what might help is just to press into the heel and pinky toe. And as we do all our movements, you want to imagine that you're actually sitting back into a bit of a chair. So this is actually taking pressure off the lower back. So if you kind of see what I'm doing, sticking my hips and butt back a little bit, giving Jess a good show. But what we actually want is to get in the habit of drawing that lower back and that sacrum backwards so it's not pulling underneath, and it actually opens the front of the pelvic floor as well and just makes everything a bit more spacious, yeah? So what we're going to start off by doing is just taking our hands, interlacing the fingers, and just taking some circular motions around, yeah? So just go clockwise. If you automatically went anti-clockwise, just stick with that. Doesn't really matter too much about the direction. We're going to be going both directions. So just kind of massaging your belly and just feeling into where it feels good. Ideally, you want to kind of massage around the belly button. Yeah? And then just start to naturally move with the way that you're massaging. So as you rotate and move, it may take you side to side. Good. And then reverse that direction. So just whichever way you massage, just reversing that direction and maybe massaging more area than you were before. If you find yourself hurrying, see if you can slow it down a little bit. And it can be really subtle, gentle massage, or it can be a little bit more firm depending on what you prefer. Good, and then just releasing, relaxing that. You're going to relax your arms completely and just sway the hips side to side. So ragdoll arms, we call it. And what I want you to do as well, and this, if you're doing this in public, it may get some attention or make you laugh, or make whoever you're doing your yoga flow with laugh. But you want to relax your face and relax your jaw. So if you look here, you end up looking like this. I'm just going to look at Jazz, make sure she's doing it right. So completely relax everything but the lower body down. So everything's relaxed. And if you were speaking, it's like if you ever been to the dentist and had your face numb. It's a very serious class if you haven't noticed. Good. Now what we're going to do is just take the feet even wider this time. So toes out, heels in. You don't have to go too low. If it feels good to go low, go. Otherwise, you can be nice and tall. And what I want you to do is imagine you've got something connecting your palms. Yeah? You're holding a big ball. And you're going to lean to your right heel and then just rotate your right elbow up so the palms are facing each other with your right hand on top. And then you do the opposite. You lean to the left heel and then you rotate, leading from the left elbow with your left hand on top. Good. And then you lean to the right, rotate from the elbow, right hand on top. Lean to the left, left hand on top. So this is a movement that may feel clunky when you first do it, and this is a class that you probably want to do lots of times, because once you get this movement, it feels so nourishing. So we lean to the left heel, we lift the left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist and hand. And we end up holding the ball this side. So whichever foot you're on, that hand is high. So left foot, left hand high, and then you lean. And eventually we want to kind of create this infinity symbol shape while holding the ball. And then we push off one foot to get to the other side. So when I lean to the left, I push off the right foot. When I lean to the right, I push off the left foot. Why would we do this other than it feeling and looking super awesome? Is because it moves all the joints in our body. Not only that, but it moves it in a circular, spiraling, nourishing way for the body, especially opening up the hips. So the last thing is you want to sink back into the heels and not leaning forward too much. Again, if you're not familiar with this motion, it's going to feel weird, it's going to feel clunky, just bear with me. I promise if you continue with it and do this class a few times, you'll learn to love it, because if you don't know what to do, if you feel like you need to move some energy, that's all Tai Chi is, it's moving the energy, Qigong. So inhale, press into the toes, open up the knees, up and out with the hands, and then exhale, hands down through the center. Inhale, up and out. Exhale, in and down. Inhale, up and out. Exhale, in and down. Good. Inhale, feel light through the body. And then exhale, sink the hips back. So again, making sure that you're not sinking forward. So from the side, you don't want to be doing this and sticking your hips forward. Yeah? You want to, again, giving Jess a free show. It's been a big day. Slowing everything down. Good. And last one, in through the nose, out through the mouth, bring the hands down to the floor. Stepping both knees down to the floor, have the wrists stacked beneath the shoulders and knees beneath the hips. Fingertips pressing into the ground. And we're just going to start circular motions. So we just want to lean to the right, to the back, to the left, to the front, and just starting to move around. As you come forward, just lift the chest a little bit. And as you come back, just bring the chest towards the knees a little bit. And then you can reverse that direction. But see if you can be gentle on the wrists, gentle on the hips. And maybe the trickiest part is just relaxing the head, face, jaw, even the shoulders. Good. And then we're just going to place both knees together. We're going to inhale the right foot up in behind us and hold it there for a moment. Toes are facing down, pressing into the fingertips. And then rotate your ankle once, one direction, and then the other direction. And then just placing it down. Other side, inhale the left foot up. Exhale, extend that foot backwards. Pointing the toes down. Relaxing the shoulders. Rotate the ankle one direction. Rotate the other one. And what we're going to do now is bring the left foot forward for a low lunge. So left foot in between the hands. We'll just take a little flow. So inhale, lifting up. And then as you exhale, drop the shoulders, open up through the palms. Inhale, elbows out, open up. And then as you exhale, just bring the hands down to the floor. Bring the left knee back to meet the right. Take the inhale, lifting the right foot up again, and then right foot through for a low lunge. Remember, you can add extra padding underneath the knees if it's too much. Inhale, lift up the arms. Exhale, drop the arms, fingertips open, palms open. Inhale, open up the chest, elbows out, don't squeeze too much. And then exhale the hands down. Then we take right knee back, and let's just take a gentle child's pose for a moment. So sinking the hips back to the heels. Elbows, forearms down, and just sinking, relaxing in. What we want to do is focus on breathing more into the belly than the chest. So as you breathe in, expanding the belly out and down, giving it room. Then as you exhale, just feel like you relax the whole body a little bit more. Breathing in, opening and expanding. And then as you exhale, just releasing. Good, very slowly making your way back to all fours. And then hands a little bit forward. As you inhale, lift the knees, lift the chest. And as you exhale, look to your feet, press through your hands and press the earth away from you. Good. Inhale, lower the knees down to the floor. Open up through the chest, arch the back. And then exhale, pressing away. Good, just 2 more of these. Inhale, lower the knees, open up. And then exhale, pressing away. Good. And just having a little pedal out, so pressing into one heel and the opposite hand and vice versa. Looking forward, walking the feet underneath the body all the way up to meet the hands at the front. Inhale, ground into the heels, lift halfway. So hands up the shins to the knees. And then we exhale, drop back down. And then we inhale, roll all the way up. Roll the shoulders at the top. If you feel a little bit dizzy, you can pump the fists a little bit. If you don't feel dizzy, inhale, lifting up the hands, a little bit of a back bend, so grounding through the feet as you lift the chest. And then exhale, folding all the way forward. Take an inhale, look forward. As you exhale, step the right foot back to a warrior 2. So roll that right heel down. The back set of toes is slightly turned facing forward, so kind of like 45 degrees angle. Left hand forward, right hand back. And just soften in to the pose. Then what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, straighten the front leg, both palms up, above you, and then as you exhale, drop the hands forward and back. So as you inhale, lifting up, but as you exhale, don't lean the chest too far forward. See if you can just make the chest go straight up and straight down without leaning forward too much. Good, one more, inhale. Exhale. Good. Front palm face up. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And just staying here for 2 breaths. Just relaxing that left shoulder, relaxing the right shoulder. Good. Straightening that front leg just a little bit, not fully locked out. Inhale and then exhale. We'll just do a little triangle. So left hand to the shin, right hand reaching for the ceiling. And then just gently dropping that right hand in behind the lower back, placing that right hand against the lower back to open up through the front of the body. A couple of breaths here. And then very slowly, just bending that front knee, unraveling, inhale, reverse once more, and then exhale. Both hands all the way to the floor. Step the front foot back, downward dog. And just once more, inhale, knees to the ground. Open up the chest, arch the back. Exhale, press into the fingertips, lift the knees, press back to downward dog. Good. Last one, inhale, knees to the floor. Open up. Exhale, pressing back. Good, we're going to keep the energy moving, so feet nice and close together. Walking the feet all the way up to meet the hands at the front of the mat. We inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up into standing. Roll the shoulders at the top. If it's okay, lifting the hands. Exhale, folding forward all the way down to the floor. Good. Inhale, look forward. Take a breath in. Exhale, left foot back, warrior 2. So left foot curled a little bit around to the front, right foot forward, relaxing the shoulders. Good. Inhale, straighten the front leg a little bit, both hands straight up. Exhale, sinking back. Good. Inhale, lifting up. And as you sink back into that front foot, press into the pinky toe, just to make sure that we keep the hip open. Good. 2 more. Last one. Good. Inhale, reversing the warrior. Find a little bit of stillness here, and we're just opening the side body. Yeah, so again, this is just a short class. We're just kind of moving, getting the energy moving a little bit, creating a little bit of heat, but we're about to start winding down already, so these will be our last peak poses. Good. Starting to lean weight back to the left foot, straighten that front leg, a little bit of bend in that right knee. Inhale up and over, exhale into your triangle. So left hand reaching for the ceiling. And then dropping that left hand in behind the lower back, keeping the integrity in that pose in the spine, opening up through the chest. Just 2 breaths here. Good, slowly starting to unwind, so you can bend that front knee, unravel that back hand, inhale, reverse, and then softly spiral both hands down, step the right foot back, downward dog. Good, lowering the knees down to the floor, and then just taking these gentle circles. So this time taking knees further apart, and sinking to the back right. So sinking to the right hip backwards, and then sinking to the left hip backwards, and then forwards. So we inhale, roll forwards around the front, and then back, exhaling back. So it's this circular motion. And then reversing that direction. So we want to lean back towards the hips as we create this rotational movement. And then you can start to play with it a little bit. If it feels good as is, just keep going. But if you want to kind of roll the spine a little bit more and create this almost coiling-like motion, it's really a little flow that allows you to feel into how your spine, how your body wants to move. And some days it might be really gentle, subtle movements, or other times it might be kind of writhing around, creating more of these figure eight-like shapes, but not trying to force it. And eventually just settling down into a child's pose, focusing on your breath. If you have a bolster or a pillow that you want in between your legs, can be really nice. Just staying with the breath. When you're ready, you can just start to walk the hands back towards the thighs, leaning over to one side of the body, sweeping your feet around. If you have a block or bolster near you, just keep it close if you're going to need it. And then just take one hand each knee, roll onto your back and start to circle the knees around. So just rolling the shoulders around with the knees. So we're moving and relaxing the hips. And then just reversing that direction. And again, making sure that the shoulders are circles with the knees and hips. And then what you can do is bring the knees together and then just start to create little mini circles. Round, little mini circles, and it's mostly massaging your lower back into the floor, and then reversing that direction. So just massaging your lower back into the floor. Good. And then we'll have a couple of options to start winding down. So, actually, a couple of options after this. So. First, we'll take the right foot to the left thigh. So if this feels best as it is, you can leave it as it is. Otherwise, you can thread the right arm through in between the legs and the left arm around so they come underneath that left knee. And then draw that left knee towards you while gently pressing that right ankle and right leg away from you. Just make sure your head stays on the ground and shoulders are relaxed as they can, because you don't want to tense something else up just to try to stretch or relax something else. Aiming to do a triad here, we're trying to relax the entire body together. So if you're sacrificing something else, just see if you can find a balance that you can stretch and relax but not tense up other parts of the body all the time.
exhale, softening, relaxing. And then we'll release both feet to the edges of the mat. Knees gently fall into the center, and into a T shape, and we just gently sway the from side to side. Round underneath that right knee, drawing the right leg towards you, and then pressing away with that left ankle. And feel free to adjust until you find stretching that sweet spot. Seeing if you can make room to be able to expand, soften as you breathe in. Take one more breath in. And then exhale, you can release. Just place the feet together and have the knees apart, just from and just really gently follow the hips from side to side, gently press together. If this doesn't feel good for you, just keep it still. Feet together, last bridge. So as you press your feet down and lift up the hips, you're placing a block underneath or a bolster. If you're placing a block, you can choose maybe the lower setting or the medium setting, and just finding that sit bone ridge. And if it doesn't feel good for you, feel free to adjust or completely skip it. If you want more of the stretch, you can straighten out your legs, and that will give you a bit more of an intense stretch. Yeah, so we'll be here for about 30 seconds or so, maybe less. Feel free to skip straight into Shavasana. And because this is meant to be a shorter class that you can maybe fit into even a lunch break or something, if you are about to continue your day and you don't have time or you don't want to get too deep into rest and restore, into Shavasana, we're about to enter Shavasana, so you can maybe take a shorter one than the 3 or 4 minute one that we're about to take. But if you do have space for it, I definitely invite you to just start to make your way onto your back and starting to settle in. So just let your body be however it wants to be. If that's with your legs wide and your arms wide, then just let it naturally find its positioning. As you breathe in, again, just noticing the whole belly, sides of the body, even the back of the body expanding. And then as you exhale, feeling the whole body surrendering a little bit more into the earth, letting the earth just hold you and support you. And with each breath, the body becoming a little bit lighter. You can even feel this sensation moving through the body, up the back of the heels, up the back of the legs, from the hips all the way up behind the shoulders, up the back of the neck to the crown of the head. You can feel it softly moving and trickling down over the forehead and eyebrows, over the nose, around the lips and the jaw. Feeling your entire jaw soften and relax, noticing more space between the teeth and the tongue. Your shoulders melting,
into the earth, supporting you. The arms, wrists, hands, and fingertips soften, as does the chest, ribs, hips, thighs, knees, shins, ankles, feet, and toes, till your entire body is completely at ease. And completely weightless. And that's it. You can just completely let go. And there's nothing left to do. Very slowly, if you're ready, you can start to bring your awareness back to the room, your breath and your body. Feel free to stay here if you'd like. Otherwise, if you're ready to re-emerge, you're starting to brush your fingertips across the thumbs one by one. Just noticing the gentle sensations across your body, wiggling the toes, nodding your head gently from side to side. You might want to start to move the shoulders or the hips, and just start to move however feels good for you. When you're ready, you can take a nice big stretch up overhead with the arms, nice big breath in, little grin, and you can roll over to your preferred side. knees tucked in, head resting on the arm. Just giving yourself a little thank you for taking this time out for you. And when you're ready, you can start to rise back up into a comfortable seated position. Just take a nice big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, big sigh out. One more, nice big breath in. Thank you for joining me and my co-star Jess. Have a beautiful either rest of the day, or if this was before bed, have a beautiful sleep. And we will see you again soon. Thank you. Namaste. Om.